Early, huh?
Not even 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and look who's live. That's what they call us, the early boys.
The early boys.
That's right.
We open for the Everly Brothers. It's the early boys and the Everly Brothers.
That's right, because we're the opening act. So when do we go on?
Early. God, that was good.
That was great.
Bet you guys didn't expect that.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
We here.
What's there?
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is G-Up-B.
All right. A little ASMR for our podcast listeners, which you can listen on Spotify.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And video. The videos are on Spotify now as well.
Hey, look at that. You reached out and I got the email. And remember I said I was going to contact Perna. And then Perna's like, I don't know how to do it. And I was like, well, I don't know how to do it either. And now it's done.
It's there.
I didn't do anything. So was it easy to figure out?
Yeah, well, it was just an upgrade to the platform that I used to like upload the podcasts. It added that feature for Spotify, so you just have to upload the video file now.
Got it.
I don't think anybody's watching the videos on Spotify, but they're there.
That one person might. So in case you're just like, I don't want to watch it on YouTube, I want to watch it on Spotify.
Look, guys. If we can get over 100,000 listens per episode on Spotify, Tom and I can make a fuck ton of money. That's how it works.
We're not making any money.
Times more valuable than a YouTube view for some reason.
That is true. That's true. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, you did power rankings graphics. Nice.
Well, I didn't do it. So let's see here. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Look
at that.
JP, my power rankings are always. Up. Hold on. We'll hide this. All right. So you found a way to get to, technically 11, I think. So you have the Seahawks, the Patriots, then Sam Darnold.
Well, it's actually the Seahawks defense and the Patriots defense. And then I got, Slinging Sammy D.
Then you got the wide receiver core for the Seahawks.
I did skill players. Yeah. Seahawks skill players.
Drake Maye. 666 is just the Patriots.
They do have the most devil magic heading into this game. Yes.
Fair. Okay. And then we got the wide receiver. Oh no,
that's Patriots skill players.
Wide receiver core. Yep. Okay. Got it. And then is that Vrabel?
Yep. Then I got Vrabel at 7.
Got it. Then you got McDonald. Okay. Got it.
And I got Shaheed and Jones. X Factors.
Okay. Little Marcus Jones action. Okay.
Yeah.
So who did you curse?
Actually, unfortunately, it was the Seahawks skill position group.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's a tough scene. But oh, hi. Oh my God. Oh wait, wrong way.
Yeah. There you go.
Hello. Hello, Power Rankers.
Hey, Power Rankers.
Hey, welcome to Power Rankers.
Thanks. Thank you again, JP. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Dude, if things get bad on YouTube, I'm just going to do Power Wankers.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You want to flesh that out a little bit more?
Well, yeah. The 10 best things to wank it to this week.
That's
could be people, could be things happening in the world. You know, it really covers everything.
Is there a curse wheel?
Yeah, your dick falls off if it lands on you.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. All 32 NFL owners face off against the 32 best players in a contract year. Full pads winners either get more or less money.
Like it.
That's going to be tough. I mean, there's going to be like a lot of Packers owners that are going to be on the field. So there's just talked about yesterday about how to fix the Pro Bowl on clickbait. And I like the idea that you have like, you still are giving out a good hefty sum to the winning team, but it comes from the owners of that conference, right? So if the AFC loses, they got to pony up all that money, and that comes out of their personal bank account.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Welcome to the real world.
That's it. We have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, on Wednesday, we talked about how the Patriots go in Super Bowl 60. We'll be talking about how the Seahawks could do that. But we did have the NFL award show last night. So, yeah, there's
some things to talk about from NFL honors.
Things to talk about with that show. I don't think it's a hot take to say it's not getting better. It's not.
You know what the best part of the show was?
You tell me.
Bob Odenkirk as the Pope.
There you go.
Right? That was Odenkirk, right?
I didn't know if that was Odenkirk. I literally did not watch it. I saw the clips afterwards, and then I read the list of who won, and that's it. I did see it, Sergeant. I did. I think because back in, what was that, after the 2013 season, the Randall Cobb 4th down one against the Bears in the last regular week. That one was the one that won. So now the Bears have evened it up. Now they got that. Matthew Stafford not only winning MVP, but we'll talk about that too. Also announced that he is going to be coming back next season. So we'll see Matthew Stafford again. So he's not going to be retiring. There was a few that weren't a surprise at all. Right. And it was like, okay, yeah, this makes it. Myles Garrett, winning unanimously. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? He broke the sack record, going to win that one. Then there was a few snafus with the presenters. I don't know why we can't learn names. And I'm not even talking about Drewski on that one, because that one was obviously intentional and the joke just didn't land. But we got Mike Vrabel's name wrong. Of course, the infamous Steven Stefanski from a couple years ago. Here's one thing that I'm slightly qualified for. I can give you the entire rundown on how that show works. And because this is what happened. So the day before I went to rehearsal, I was the only presenter that was there. And I didn't know that I was presenting either. And they were like, have you been given the script? And I said, no. And they said, oh. And then they gave me the script where I had one line saying that I do hate the Vikings, right? The day of, and by day of, I mean literally 5 minutes before, the presenters come up, they're handed a tablet, and you swish the tablet here, you just go move that, and then you see the name. So you got maybe 5 minutes to learn the name.
Yeah.
But there was no phonetics. There was no here's how you sound it out. So I can see that it's a little bit difficult. But I would assume that maybe, I don't know, there's a little prep, there's a little research, or at least going, hey, this is how you say this person's name.
It should, knowing that there's going to be presenters who might not be super familiar with the NFL or the players, the coaches. Yep. So it was Tiffany Haddish, right? That said Mike Vrabel, called it Mike Vrabel when Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year.
Oh, Mike Vrabel, yeah.
As somebody who has butchered his fair share of names, I actually I get it. But yeah, it's hey, before that person goes on, these are or just tell them who fucking wins, because they know at that point. Be like, Mike Vrabel's going to win. His name is Mike Vrabel. Or just say, here are the 5 nominees. It's Mike Vrabel. It's Liam Cohen. It's these, have somebody just go over that with them. And that would ease, one pain point. But
Brandon, they don't even have to do that, right? It literally is one name that's on the tablet. That's it. That's all that is there. And it just says name. Listen, it said Kevin Stefanski a couple years ago, and Steven was still the one who won. So
sure. I think they should just push a button and it does that auto read where it's winner is Mike Vrabel. It's like your computer when it tells you how to pronounce something. Let's just have that. Let's just do it that way. Also, 2 hours to basically go through 8 awards
seems
seems egregious. They do the Hall of Famers in there. They do that part of it, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a while to get through 8 awards.
It's a little bit. And again, I mean, it's not getting better, and I don't think it needs to take up a full 2 hours. But I think you are seeing the league trying to make it last 2 hours.
Yeah,
right? It's just here's the thing.
They are milking that show for all it's worth, Tom.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is how farmers milk their dogs.
I don't know if that's how it works. Also, you got super blurry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's good. Ooh. You have to upgrade. I have to upgrade. We all have to upgrade.
Yeah.
Thanks. Did I win MVP? I thought it was Matthew Stafford, but let's start off with MVP, and let's talk about that, because there's a little bit of backlash, a little bit of some angry internet folks, because the
Patriots fans. There's angry Patriots.
It's the Patriots. Yeah. There's so Matthew Stafford does win MVP, which was kind of expected, especially after he got the All-Pro nod and Drake Maye did. It was like, okay, this is usually an indicator on where things are going to go. But it was very, very close, because Matthew Stafford got 24 votes and Drake Maye got 23 votes.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think those are exact numbers.
Yeah,
it was
Josh Allen got 2, I believe.
So hold on, I'll get the exact.
And Justin Herbert got 1. Voted for by our friend Sam Monson.
Hold on, I don't have it here on my desktop. Please hold. Your call is very important to us. You don't have to hold or wait for me. Yeah, I wanted to just get the actual number. Okay, so yeah, Matthew Stafford 24, Drake Maye 23, Josh Allen 2, and Justin Herbert 1. Yeah, so it was a very, very close MVP race. And so, of course, after this comes out, everyone goes, well, wait a minute. Who voted for Justin Herbert? And so the way that the MVP noms work, by the way, and I think this is a very important point, and Sam wound up clarifying this as well, is that they don't just send you the list of oh, here are the 5 people that you can vote for. So you just vote, and then those 5 people are the amount of people who got actual votes. So here, Herbert gets 1, and I think I don't think that Justin Herbert was the MVP this year, so I disagree there. But I don't know, man. MVP, I've been complaining about for years. You've been complaining about for years, because it's the quarterback award, right? It doesn't matter whether, Saquon Barkley has a cajillion yards or CMC has the best season, or it doesn't matter, right? So I think that Sam justified it enough to be like, yeah, this is why I think he would do that. And obviously, it doesn't look good in the eyes of Patriots fans, because Drake Maye would have then tied Matthew Stafford for MVP voting. But you know what? You can hang your hat on? Drake Maye's in the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he's in the Super Bowl, guys. You could go win on Sunday, and then you're not going to really care about this a whole lot. That's my view. What do you think?
I think Justin Herbert should have won.
You think he should have won MVP?
It's the only way Chargers fans are ever going to win anything.
That's tough.
Boom. Roasted. Dude, I respect Sam coming out and saying, I was the man who voted for Justin Herbert. Because first, that takes some balls. That takes some balls. When you can gauge the temperature of Twitter, and it is red hot, and people want to burn you down for voting for Justin Herbert. It was just meme after meme of the one Herbert vote, and Sam had the courage to stand up and say, I did it. So respect. And I actually kind of get his point too, because late in the season, watching Justin Herbert, and we talked about it a few times on the show.
I'm sorry.
Saying that I thought Justin Herbert was playing some of his best football at the quarterback position.
Sure.
What he was doing in the circumstances he was playing under, I thought was wildly impressive. Now, this voting process happens before the playoffs. I think obviously the playoffs didn't do him any favors there. Had he played really well in the playoffs and won a playoff game or two, people might be a little more, convinced that you could make a case for Justin Herbert. But I agree that I think Herbert played some of his best football based on having zero offensive line. And it's not just, it's like, it was one of the worst offensive lines in years. So I get that part of it. Now, the way everybody looks at MVP, in no world is anybody thinking of Justin Herbert as an MVP this season. So I understand the criticism of it. And if I were going to pick a guy, I'd probably say, yeah, I think Matthew Stafford was the MVP.
Yeah.
And I think what gets so stupid about this award is that if you say you think Matthew Stafford was the MVP, people just want to draw a line and they want to say, you're saying he's the MVP. That means you think Drake Maye sucks. It's like, no, that's not what anybody's saying either. I'm saying Stafford was maybe just a tiny bit better than Drake Maye this year. Just a tiny bit. And I think that's how most people look at it. Even if you think Drake Maye was the most valuable player in the entire NFL this year compared to Matthew Stafford, you're like, yeah, probably just by a little bit. And it was the same when we did this exact same shit when it was Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. It's like, oh, you hate Josh Allen, you hate Lamar Jackson. Then it's like, no, they were both really fucking good. And it was hard. And I think that it's close. And the voting's close on those two guys. I think that's actually nice for both players. Like, sure, I don't even think Drake Maye is thinking about this award right now, right? If you're going to the Super Bowl, you are not thinking about this award at all. So the fact that I think Stafford got to appreciate it and then also just solidify that he's going to come back and play next year was kind of cool. But it's a silly award. But this year it felt like it did either need to be Stafford or Drake Maye.
Sure.
And if it went to Drake Maye, I wouldn't be angry. I'd be like, yeah, I get it. But for Drake Maye too, there was some other things that like changed this year, right? Like Mike Vrabel winning Coach of the Year. I think that's more appropriate based on how he flipped the Patriots around.
And Liam Cohen he was second place. Like he got a ton of votes.
Liam Cohen was close there. Well. I thought my one takeaway was, the offensive rookie of the year race turned out to be pretty lackluster.
Yeah. McMillan wins.
Yeah. And Teteroa McMillan was very good. I'm not trying to take away from him winning the award, but usually there's a little more, I think, competition there.
Sure.
I have the funniest thing though, is seeing both Myles Garrett get defensive player of the year and then Carson Schwerzinger get defensive rookie of the year.
Because there's him and Eamon Ward, like those are the two guys that were going to potentially get it.
Yeah, but there's two defensive stalwarts for the Browns, and they still only won 5 fucking games with 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks as well. Like, man, what do the Browns got to do to win? My God.
Score some points would probably be helpful. They beat the Packers, though. So,
yeah.
I don't know how much I can say. Yeah, I feel so just to go down here. So you have Stafford wins, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He winds up winning Offensive Player of the Year, which, I mean, there was talk when JSN was going off. There was talk about that man potentially winning MVP when he was going through that stretch where like he just could not be covered. But he winds up taking a home Offensive Player of the Year. And the argument was it's either going to be him or CMC. But Christian McCaffrey winds up winning Comeback Player of the Year. So that winds up working out for him. You mentioned Mike Vrabel. Josh McDaniel won Assistant Coach of the Year.
Boo that man!
Bobby Wagner. He wound up winning Walter Payton Man of the Year. And then the Hall of Fame, you got Drew Brees. You got I'm so happy for Larry Fitzgerald, man. Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
Yeah, so there's a couple fun things that also happened here. One, I think Luke Kuechly is like the second youngest player to ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I keep forgetting that he was even going in. And then I was like, oh my God, dude, Luke Kuechly going into the Hall of Fame. It made me feel so incredibly old, Tom.
He's still a young dude, man.
He retired very early, which is like why, but that
dude,
made me feel old. And then Stafford was the oldest player to get his first MVP
Yeah.
In the NFL at age 37. So to get your first one, Stafford, oldest guy to do it. So I thought those were two interesting things.
Well, because Stafford, I think the only other award he's won, I think, was like comeback player of the year, right? And that was like 15 years ago, I think. I want to say it was like the 2011 season or something.
I think surviving the Lions was also one.
Yeah, that's they just did that internally though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel I'm very happy for Luke Kuechly. Did you see the video of him getting it? Because like they always do the surprise or like they knock on the door of the player that's getting into the Hall of Fame. So like Luke Kuechly, I don't know if he's coming from outside or just like his basement or something, but he comes upstairs and then there's just a bunch of people standing in his kitchen, and Luke Kuechly's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" So that was good to see. I mean, I love Luke Kuechly, man. I mean, he is one of the best defensive players to ever play football. So I'm very, very happy. I'm no surprise about Drew Brees or Larry Fitz either. No. Yeah, I mean, was there any like real surprise for you? Because Coach of the Year, I thought Vrabel was going to get it. I think especially because, again, the playoffs do not count. So the voting is done. They can only count the regular season. I thought Vrabel was kind of going to be a shoo-in. Cohen was up there. Shanahan was up there. Johnson was up there. But I thought that Vrabel was well-deserved.
No, Vrabel makes sense. Now he's won it twice, and I thought Kyle Shanahan would have received more votes than he did.
Yeah.
I think what he did as a head coach was very impressive, but then you're getting very nuanced about like coaching and what that means. So I thought Kyle would have gotten more votes, but yeah, the rest of this, all makes sense. Bobby Wagner wins Walter Payton Man of the Year. I forgot. So that's the other big one they do in there.
Hold on. We got breaking news.
Oh, God.
Jim Schwartz sent the Browns a resignation letter this morning.
Tight. If I wasn't clear by my fiery exit, it's in writing.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Two of my guys won Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, and you didn't give me the job? Smell you later. Where's Schwartz going to go? Who's still filling out their defensive coordinator role?
Likely he's going to sit out this season.
Try to be a head coach next year?
Good for Larry Fitz, man. Yeah, that's...
Dude, if next year, if Vance Joseph gets a head coaching job, I would tell the Broncos to go get Jim Schwartz as DC. Make him the highest paid DC.
I think you'd definitely be crying over that. Damn, dude. So again, just to track the Cleveland Browns here. Jim Schwartz thinks that he's going to be the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns, right? They say, nay, because it was after the offensive coordinator from the Jaguars said nay and wound up going back to Jacksonville. They wind up hiring someone else, and then Jim Schwartz says, well, now I'm going to leave. He tells players he's going to leave, and now he submits his resignation letter. So that's tough. That's
their
tough.
whole hiring process was fucked. How do you say? How do you say that? Fucked, yeah. Tom? Like making your prospective coaches say that they would consider Jim Schwartz as the DC, all while Schwartz had no intention to be DC for anybody, is one of the great missteps of our time. But honestly, for the Browns, it probably doesn't even crack the top 10 for them.
It doesn't crack the top 10. No. But now, so here you make an interesting point, right? So you have two of their players win awards last night, right? You have a Rookie of the Year, you have a Defensive Player of the Year, and you're like, okay, that aspect is going to be attractive, right? For their future defensive coordinator, whoever that is going to be. However, players really liked Jim Schwartz. It came out that players spoke out for him and were like, no, we really like this guy. So, I mean, it's not great. You're getting a new head coach and a new DC, and the DC you have a lot to live up to, I would say, now heading into the season, because that was really the only viable part of the Cleveland Browns this season was their defense. It's just a tough look, man. It's not good.
Is Jim Schwartz ready to be a head coach? That's a big question. Obviously, he's put in his time. Next 2027's coaching hiring cycle is going to be a little bit interesting because you'll have Jim Schwartz in the mix. Probably have Sean McDermott in the mix as well. You got two guys taking a reset year. And then there's going to be, who knows how many vacancies next year. Hopefully it's not 10 again. Hopefully we're back to the, 3 to 6 range.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I want that. Like, I feel for Browns fans. Like, it just sucks to be a Browns fan.
Punched in the groin over and over. And it's, again, it's their leadership. It's their front office.
It's the Jets and the Browns.
Can't get rid of them. And it's just like, hey, let's just make the worst decision possible and just continuously do that. And the thing that's the most frustrating is, yes, Brandon, they have not won a lot of football games, but they have talent like on that squad. They have like Myles Garrett is a phenomenal generational football player. And like he's breaking the sack record. And they can't even just put together a team to win more than a handful of games. It's tough, man. It's freaking tough. So I don't know. It's just Schwartz. It's a good question. I don't know if he's going to get a head coaching gig right after it. I think that he might get another DC job. And then if he can replicate that success there, then maybe he can go and get a head coaching gig. But who knows, man? The NFL is the NFL.
Yeah.
So
I hope Brett Veach is on the downfall.
Yeah, Veach.
I hope he continues to get rid of really good offensive linemen. Yeah, Joe Thuney wins Protector of the Year. Was this the first Protector of the Year?
Oh yeah.
Garrett Bowles and Quinn Miners were both nominated for the Broncos. I think that kind of screwed them over a little bit in terms of one of them being able to get it. Thuney, obviously. Tremendous job. I think what the Bears did to their offensive line, huge part of their turnaround in Chicago. I would have liked to see Garrett Bowles get it, though. I think Garrett Bowles was arguably the best tackle in the league last year. And I think it's very biased to me to want Garrett Bowles to win it as a Broncos fan. I understand that. But I think like understanding where Garrett Bowles was after the first 2 years in the league to where he is now is very impressive. That man was ridiculed, booed in Denver. It was Garrett holds because penalties were a massive problem for Garrett Bowles on top of like not looking like a first round draft pick. And he's evolved into one of the most reliable tackles in the game. So would have liked to see it for Bowles, but I think Joe Thuney, very well deserving as well.
Yeah, no, he played great. I mean, their offensive line got miraculously better. I mean, like night and day.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I know who I want the Browns to hire as their defensive coordinator. I want them to hire Matt Eberflus. That's how they can make a bad decision even worse.
That why you can't say I feel so bad for Browns fans and then wish upon them that
I can, Tom. I can say anything.
Hanging chat.
That's what's great about YouTube.
Yeah, that's are they just going to hire internally? I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but Cleveland Browns need a new DC. That's tough. That is that's rough, man. All right. Want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks and how they win the Super Bowl?
No, I wanted to talk about one more thing. Where was it? Oh, just the NFL honors as a full show.
Oh, okay.
First, they have John Hamm hosting, which is great. I love John Hamm. Mad Men, I am currently rewatching again. I'm in season 3 of Mad Men again.
Don Draper's behind you.
got me an autographed John Hamm picture.
It's true. I tried to get him to sign a piece of ham. He wouldn't do it, though. I also didn't have a piece of ham readily available.
There is no room worse to make jokes in than the NFL honors every year.
Yeah.
There's only, in my recent memory, there's only two guys who have gone out there and the audience actually got behind in terms of their opening monologue. And that was Steve Harvey and Keegan-Michael Key, I believe. They put John Hamm out there. They give him a bunch of jokes to start the show, and you're just not going to get laughs in the room. And if you are not, like Peyton Manning went out there, did the same thing, and he kind of got laughs from players. John Cena got no laughs from anybody. Like putting somebody out there that's, I don't know, not a comedian that players like, they're fucked. They're not. I'm like, oh man, he's dying up there. And I was like, some of these jokes are fine. So they got to figure that out.
But it's also, it's what you said too. There has to be an overlap, right? Where it's like, it's somebody who knows the product really well.
And I think John Hamm knows the NFL really well, but I don't think John Hamm is somebody the NFL knows really well.
That's very fair. They're like, you're in that dancing meme that's going around everywhere, huh?
Yeah, you were on that Apple show? Was that all you ever did?
You were in a show? That Apple show that he's on now.
Yeah, that show was pretty good.
That's right.
It's no Mad Men, but it was pretty good.
It's not Mad Men.
Yeah. So I'm like, dang, whoever they put out there is just going to die, basically. Also, the NFL needs to tell the players in there it's okay to laugh at the jokes. Like, they brought in the 49ers electrical substation. And everybody's like, boo. Ah, ah. The jet sucking. You couldn't laugh at the jet sucking. Like that was another one in there. And then the presenters, they had Drewski out there, and it was for JSN. And his joke did not land. No. And he's getting roasted.
And he's next to Barry Sanders.
He's next to Barry Sanders.
And Barry Sanders is like.
So there's people who think that mispronouncing JSN's name intentionally is disrespectful to JSN, that Drewski was making it about himself.
Sure.
And I think if you've got a comedian presenting an award, they're always going to do that. They're always going to try and get a laugh at some point in the process of handing over the award. Now, the joke did not land. No. It did not land at all. But it was relatable because the first time I saw JSN's name coming in that draft class, I was like, I do not want to make a mistake saying Jackson Smith and Jigba. And I said, I probably went 9 months, Tom.
JSN.
I said, JS, not going to say that last name for 9 months.
Just gotta spell it out. You just gotta go in there. You gotta look up highlights from the broadcasters in college. That's how I learn it. And I'm just like, well, how do they pronounce it? And that's but it's a difficult. But dude, Drewski wasn't even. Drewski, what he do is intentional, right? Joke didn't land. Criticize him for the joke. Move on with our lives. But JSN literally came out because it was on. I forget who was. I think it was Cooper Kupp that was getting interviewed, like on Radio Row. And the person who was interviewing Cooper Kupp didn't know how to pronounce JSN's name. And he's just like, man, I got to start doing, JSN's like, I got to start doing more work out here because either say JSN or he spelled it out phonetically of like, this is how, and it's really not hard. And that I have more criticism towards. Like if you are an interviewer, like on Radio Row, like you are in the end, you can't say a player's name. Like, brother, what are we doing out here?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like this is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. So that's sorry, continue. That's a tangent.
No, I think it's just like it's part of like I think sports fans are in this weird category where I think there's a section of people who take these awards too seriously.
Sure.
And I get that for the player themselves to earn these awards, that is a big deal for them. Like, it's reflective of how good they were for the season. Absolutely. But then you try and do an award show where you try to keep it lighthearted and entertaining. And it's just like those two things never fully can mesh together, you know? Well, that's any of these award shows. Like, the best award shows were when Ricky Gervais just came out and shit on everybody. Like, when he was just ruthless as the presenter and the host. Like,
I'm destroying every one of these shows.
I'm like, and people, there's people who are uncomfortable with how hard he went. I'm like, I love this. Or you get the presenter who's fun, who can make the jokes and people rock with.
Like Conan O'Brien, who's been asked to host the Oscars like 18 times.
Yeah, Conan's great. But like, it's a weird pairing because it's people's life work in some scenarios. It's their year's worth of work. And we want it to be fun and entertaining and laugh, but then we don't want to laugh too much.
We don't want to laugh. We don't want to laugh too much.
Yeah, it's an impossible thing to do well.
It is. Well, it's also because you hit the nail on the head in terms of just like what award shows have become, right? I mean, so take the Drewski thing, for example. Like, again, comedian told a bad joke. It bombed. Every comedian bombs, right? Yeah, all right. Yep. Either they'll be invited back or they won't be invited back, and we move on. Happy days. But like that, we are also in the era. I mean, look at how I consumed the NFL honors. I watched it via clips because I was like, I had members Q&A last night. I was like, I'm not going to watch this. And that's how I consumed it. And that's how a lot of things have been pushed with these award shows. It's like, it's just clippable moments, those viral moments of here you go. This is what's going to go and take off, and it's going to get more eyes on the product. But when you have people who are intentionally trying to create that and it doesn't land, it's not going to go very well, because then you failed at both, right? It's like, okay, well, now it looks like this is a joke. And on top of that, people are angry too.
Yeah.
Joe, I just started 11 years ago because my team lost in the NFC Championship game. And then I became obsessed with it and then did it for 11 years.
Yeah. I was editing and making videos for other YouTubers. I was like, they got the better side of this job.
True.
Just ignore that part, Johnny, if you're listening. Just
Johnny's going to be the next YouTuber. It's happening. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's going to be, because I agree with you. You want there to be that balance of like, hey, we should have respect for like some of the players, because who knows if they're going to have these opportunities again. Like, listen, JSN is going to have many opportunities to win awards. Drake Maye is going to have opportunities to win all these different awards, because they're younger players. But yeah, it's I don't think they're going to find that balance, because I can't imagine it's going to get better. Because
sports it's different than like receiving awards for movies and television and all these other things, because athletes, they're putting their body on the line, and their careers can end literally on any play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you factor in the injury risk that NFL players go through every season,
sure,
that's why it's, they take it a little too seriously at times there. But in speaking of injury, this was the last thing. This one important.
Real quick, Boto. No, the Panthers have a few. That is insane. Yes, I do. Real quick. But yeah, no, because Julius Peppers is in the Hall of Fame. I think there's a couple other Panthers players, though.
Because
Peppers in it now, Kuechly's in it. I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two more.
Let's see here.
Hold on.
Panthers Hall of Fame. Sam Mills.
Yeah, Sam Mills.
Peppers, Kuechly.
Kevin Green, they're saying.
The ties, ties, Kevin Green.
Yeah.
But
Joe Burrow robbed yet again. It's all right. He got to play in the Pro Bowl. So I was talking to Maya about this. So as one Brandon Perna will constantly say every opportunity that he gets, John Elway played without an ACL. So it's still freaking insane that Olympic athletes are Olympic athletes. But the fact that they tore their ACL a week ago and they're on the slopes, that is wild.
Look at that. Look at that still frame. Bending into the knees like that shit. Dude, Lindsey Vonn. Colorado
Legend.
hero. Colorado breeds the toughest ACL survivors on planet Earth between John Elway and Lindsey Vonn. But it was it was a week ago, and it was like, oh, Lindsey Vonn was airlifted off the mountain after she crashed. Then you found out she tore her ACL, and you're like, oh man, this Olympic run's done. I think she's 41 as well.
That's crazy, man.
And then it just like the Olympics weird, so I don't want to play the footage here and get in trouble.
Yeah, we'll get in trouble.
But watch this video and then go, she's doing that all without an ACL. Like, it's not just a straight shot. Like, you're leaning in all these turns, dude.
Real quick, Brandon, you mentioned Colorado. She was born in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Was she?
Yeah,
I think she claims from being from Colorado.
I don't know what also, John Elway wasn't born in Colorado either.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that he wasn't born
Washington.
here. Lindsey Vonn, Colorado.
St. Paul.
Yeah, I think she claims Colorado.
Fair. Oh, so it's just what you claim. Okay. I declare bankruptcy. But yes, this is insanely impressive. My legs would disintegrate. And I can't imagine the amount of painkillers that Lindsey is on. Because we have seen players in the NFL play without an ACL, right? Or they mess up their ACL and they still wind up playing a few plays or finish the rest of the game. This was a lot more common, I feel like, a few years ago and, in earlier editions of the NFL. But this is wild to see that it's like, oh yeah, no, like there has to be a good amount of pain because it's really just like for stabilization. And I'm not an expert here, so take this with a grain of salt. I think you need to be able to stabilize yourself when going down a mountain on skis.
Over 100 miles an hour.
I think that maybe.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. Like that is a feat of badassery.
That is a badass moment, I guess. Go win all the Olympic medals.
Get it, Lindsey.
That's for that. I like it.
Dude, she wins a gold medal without an ACL. Who's going to top that ever? Nobody.
That's pretty cool. Since Schwartz left with Green
Bay,
have interviewed him.
I know who could top it. I know who could top Lindsey Vonn winning a gold medal without an ACL.
Who?
It would be Phillip Rivers coming back into the NFL, re-tearing his ACL, playing through the playoffs with the torn ACL, and winning a Super Bowl. Because Rivers did play without an ACL in a playoff game. Very, very admirable effort. He was terrible. But he did do it.
So now we can talk about the Seahawks?
Now
we talk about the Seahawks.
Nobody cares, dude. It's like people at this point are over
talking about
the Super Bowl prediction. Yeah.
That's very fair. Yeah, no, it's very, very fair.
I think 2 weeks I think it should just be 1 week. Go right into the Super Bowl. No week off.
But we talk about this all. It's like the worst week because it's just you have the whole week after the championship games because like maybe you spend Monday talking about the actual games that happened that Sunday, and then it's just blah 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 blah. Oh wait, a whole nother week. Blah 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 blah. And it's just but it's talked to death. It is no longer there.
People are saying Kurt Angle won.
That's right, Kurt Angle.
Gold medal with a broken neck.
With a broken freaking neck, Perna.
Fair. My Olympic knowledge is not good. Most of what I know about the Olympics stems from my 3rd grade report about Jesse Owens.
There you go.
Michael Phelps ripping bongs and dressing in thongs.
Oh, do you do that too? Good
for him. I mean, they all do, don't they?
I think those are Speedos.
Yeah, Speedo's a glorified thong.
I feel like it rides up differently.
Yeah, broken neck, that's pretty impressive.
Right. That's right, Neon. A broken freaking neck.
But bones heal easily.
Bones heal easily.
ACLs, those take 9 months.
Well, I mean, if you don't need one to play quarterback in the NFL, how much do you really need them? And just like that, we have belittled it.
That's how like, people are like, but how broken was his bone?
Yeah, but
how broken was his neck?
How broken? Well, EA making good updates to Madden. Well, maybe we'll get a better NFL honors before that happens. Difference maker, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, I think is going to be the Seahawks pass rush. I think that is one of the things that stands out because the Seahawks are going up against an offensive line that has allowed a ton of sacks in these playoffs. I think that getting Drake Maye uncomfortable, which you and I have spoken about ad nauseum, about his ability to run, which is definitely a pro for the Patriots. And who knows, he may be their leading rusher because it is very difficult to run against the Seattle Seahawks. But I do think that being able to get after him and bring him down, that's going to be probably the toughest thing that the Patriots are going to have to contend with, because not only is their secondary really good, but the Patriots O-line is not the best. It's gotten better, but it is not the best, and May is still getting some hits.
Yeah, and I think like Seattle's defensive front has been really good. There was a stat I put in the power rankings about how many of those defensive front dudes have like over 30 pressures this year. I think it was like the most of any team to have like that many guys with over 30 pressures. But DeMarcus Lawrence coming over from Dallas, he's been great this year. And we put in the clip of like, there's an interview with him when he joined Seattle. It was like, why did you leave Dallas? And he compliments Dallas and his time there. He's like, but I was never going to win a Super Bowl on that team. So, almost prophetic that he joins the Seahawks and he's going to a Super Bowl. Byron Murphy's been very good. Leonard Williams has been insane. You got Derek Hall, and you've got like Boye Mafe, great depth. Jaron Reed, great depth. And Uchenna. Like, they've got so many guys up there. Ernest Jones, underrated linebacker. And like their front is very formidable. And that's what's led to success on the back end of that defense, on top of like Nick Emanwari having a great year as a rookie. Yep. Devin Witherspoon's been lights out. All like after he got back from his injury, he's been very good.
GTA 7 comes out first.
So it's like their wild card back there is Reek Woolen. He's been an issue in coverage on
at
top
times
of doing dumb shit and getting penalized. So, it's a tough defense. And I think like if Patriots fans want to be vindicated for Drake Maye, like he has to go out there and he has to control this game. And he's not going to light up Seattle. If he does, it's going to be an insane performance. That'll be too good for Patriots fans. If Drake Maye goes out there and throws for like 303 touchdowns, I do not want to live in that world. I want Drake Maye to do that at some point. I'm rooting for Drake Maye. I really like Drake Maye and I like Mike Vrabel, but Patriots fans cannot have a quarterback who wins MVP in this Super Bowl. Like, fuck them. No, they are nowhere near deserving that. Tom. Against that defense, no, they cannot have that. They cannot.
Yeah, I mean,
he can do it, but they cannot have it. If he wins, I want game manager level performance. I want like 200 yards max, 1 touchdown. It's Ramondre Stevenson has a couple 6-yard touchdown runs. Maybe their defense scores. I want game manager performance out of Drake Maye because we don't want that Monday after the Super Bowl if he is freaking awesome. We don't.
I mean, I got no dog. I like Drake Maye, so like I got no dog in the fight. I'm except I didn't play for the Patriots, so I'm not Tom Brady, who's like, oh, hey, I'm not rooting for anybody, guys. Like, but in terms of, I think that for me is the difference maker because Drake Maye, he didn't have to do a lot against that Broncos defense, right? He didn't have to do a ton through the air, but I do think that he took what the defense gave them, and you're going up against a very good defense for the 3rd week in a row. And I get it from the stance of Patriots fans, man, because it really does feel like the media is completely and totally crapping on them. And like, even just like, oh, it's going to be a blowout and, oh, you didn't beat real team. I don't know, man. I think that's a whole bunch of garbage. Like, I think it's just going up against these great defenses. They deserve credit. Like, they worked their ass off to get to this point. And their regular season schedule, it could be both, right? But once you get to the playoffs, man, it's one game at a time. And for them to pull off this string of wins against some really good defenses, that's why I don't think it's going to be a blowout. The difference could be, again, if you have some turnovers. Drake Maye, if he has those turnovers like he did against the Texans, like he did against the Chargers, you could run into some problems. And I think a weak point right now is that offensive line. And while the Seattle offensive line is going to have to deal with a very formidable pass rush, I believe in the Seattle Seahawks offensive line more than I do the Patriots. You know?
Yeah. I think one thing Drake Maye does that Seattle's got to be prepared to defend is when he runs in the middle. He takes off between the tackles at a very high rate. I think it was the most of any quarterback. A lot of quarterbacks, they'll flush out. Like Bo Nix, his natural rollout is to his right. And if he is going to run, a lot of the times he's already on the right side of the field. He's done a good job cutting it back across, but Drake Maye, when he decides to take off and run, a lot of that is because the middle has opened up for him. And I think like a linebacker, I don't know how Seattle really uses, Ernest Jones or Drake Thomas there or whatever. But like they've got to have somebody to be able to account for that when he does. And the problem with Drake Maye is it's not like that is something he leans on doing. He is very smart when he runs. Like he's mobile and he picks his spots to run. And that's when he makes big plays. And that's how he got the Broncos. We've seen him do a lot. So if Seattle can defend that, and when he wants to take off and he just can't, like that will be their advantage. But yeah,
I think turnovers, and I think right now the Seahawks, I know they've only played 2 games as opposed to 3 for the Patriots. They haven't turned the ball over. Like they're not doing that in the postseason. That's a big one. If they can not turn the ball over at all, and they even get 1 from the Patriots, I think that could be enough to turn the tides for the Seahawks. Steve, I don't think Eamon was snubbed for it. No, I think he's a really great player, and I think that he definitely could have won. But yeah.
I mean, I probably would have voted for the guy on the defense that was going into the postseason.
Well, it's not supposed to count.
I know, but they were going in. They were considered, like the best defense in football, and he was a big part of that. So,
no, Schwarzenegger's good though. He had a really
Carson's great, but nobody cares about the Browns.
Again, we'll see. I think that Maye is going to have to ball out, man. And I think that is going to be tough against a very good defense. And like I said, there was that moment in the third quarter where the Rams and Seahawks were just going back and forth, exchanging touchdowns. So like you can score on them, don't get me wrong. And you could score quickly. Look what Stafford did. But I think the fact that the Seahawks have been able to neutralize in some way, shape, or form really good offenses in the postseason, and we haven't seen the best of the Patriots offense. We've seen their defense play really well. We've seen Drake Maye at times play really well, whether it's utilizing his feet or like having those clutch moments. That's why I said I think the Patriots can win this game if they drag them into the mud, and this is a very close defensive battle. I might pick the Patriots to win in that case. I don't know if that's what this game's going to turn into. I think there's just more on the Seahawks side, and we're not even talking about their offense, right? Like their offense is also very good, but you're going up against a very good defense. I think it's just going to be who's getting after the quarterback more. Because again, still the same thing with the Patriots. If the Patriots are able to get after Sam Darnold, it's going to be a rough night.
Sure.
It'll be a tough
night. And both quarterbacks are going to get pressure. They're going to get pressured in this game.
Yeah.
Are they taking sacks? Are they getting strip sacked? Are they trying to force something under pressure? I think Darnold's played very well under pressure through the second half of the season. I really think Seattle's got to lean on I think they got to have success with Kenneth Walker. I think
it would help.
It's so hard to do that against New England. They're very good. Both teams are very like these teams are kind of similar. I'm trying to think like
it's just a talking point, but yeah.
Like if you're the Patriots, I think you're trying to eliminate JSN, right? You take him out of their passing game. It's like, okay, New England's got or the Seahawks got to lean on Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed if JSN's unavailable. And AJ Barner. And all of those guys are solid. AJ could be kind of the wild card in this scenario, but the one issue you have when you have a guy as talented as JSN, it's like, who is your offense when he is eliminated? The Patriots have a little bit of advantage there because they don't have a single guy as their receiver, right? Like Stephon Diggs is their main target, but you got Booty.
Sure.
You got Mac Hollins. Then they're used to leaning on those other guys a little more, I feel like, but
well, it's also to your credit about talking about the wide receiver group. Like you look at Cooper Kupp. Like Cooper Kupp had a really nice game, right? Like even Jim Obo was able to get into the end zone. I think that there are options there. Shaheed could be used in the run game. He could also just take off good special teams, but he also could be utilized as a receiver. I have more confidence. I like Christian Gonzalez a lot. Like he's probably one of my favorite players right now. If he's the guy that's on JSN, I think there's more opportunities for other Seattle receivers to get open, maybe more so than the Patriots. Because, Booty's good. I like Booty a lot. But also Stephon Diggs, first of all, are you going to be able to contain JSN? Because he has gone up against some of the best secondaries and still been able to be really damn productive. And two, you have a lot of other options.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the comment about Seahawks having Noah Fant. No. But you do have another former Bronco tight end, Eric Saubert. So maybe we get an Eric Saubert sighting.
Maybe. I think that there is enough on paper for me to go, okay, I think Seattle in all three phases of the game, theoretically, they should win this. I had them winning 21-17, I think was my score. But depending on what actually happens on Sunday, if it is a knockout, hey, both offenses can't really move the ball, I think that greatly benefits the Patriots because those are the kind of games that they've been involved with for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So they know how to, take advantage of those opportunities. You saw even against the Broncos, man. You said it was just a field goal drive, but coming out of halftime and they had like a 9-minute freaking drive. Yeah. That's just oh man. And if their defense is playing like it's on fire, it'll be tough. But I just think that I agree with you. If they get the run game going, meaning Seattle, that's going to help a lot. But the Patriots are a tough team to run on.
Yeah, both are. I think it's like Kenneth Walker or Ramondre Stevenson. Whoever has like the better day, I think that team wins. That would be my very simple take.
Yeah. We'll see.
K9, the Widowmaker. Bring it out.
There we go.
Bring it out.
There we go. K9 is a monster, man. As long as he's held, he's so much fun to watch. And I would have liked to see Charbonnet in there because he's a nice change of pace back. And obviously he has a lot of strength as a runner, but yeah, K9 can take over a game. They can. Again, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that against the Patriots, but
they got to figure something out.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I bet the coaches for both teams are really thinking about where their advantage might be and how to exploit it would be my
Henderson's
guess.
Interesting. Is Henderson actually going to be able to go off?
I doubt it.
Bad.
I think he can have a couple game-changing plays, but
yeah. Listen, if it's a blowout by Seattle,
I think this is a really good matchup.
I think it's a good matchup. I think so. Ooh.
If we see some cursed shirts out there, dope. I'll make my day. Free Super Bowl time. Come on. Show me your shirts.
I think the Seattle secondary has the advantage. And a big part of that, and again, I like Christian Gonzalez a lot, but I think a big part of that is because a successful pass rush is going to make that secondary look even better. And if they're able to get after Drake Maye, like every other defense has been able to in this postseason, it's been 5 sacks a game. It's been sacked 15 times in 3 games. Yeah, I think it's Seattle.
I don't know. I mean, the Patriots secondary has been very good in the postseason.
Very good.
I think Gonzalez and Carlton Davis has played very well.
He has been playing well. Yeah.
Marcus Jones been a big impact guy. Like, I think they're about even.
I think that pass rush makes a difference for that secondary, though, because if he doesn't have any time to throw,
getting after the passer as well.
Gonna be tough. But the good thing is, the time for yapping is over, because in a couple days, and then.
Well, actually, the yapping will just start after Monday.
Yeah.
Because then we've got, 6 months until football is back. And then it'll be like a third week in March. And we've done free agency. And then Tom and are like, what are we talking about today?
Oh, they got the draft. Yeah. That's
my favorite is like mid-June. Oh, what on earth? Did Antonio Brown do something?
Hey, well, listen, I'll see you early on in June.
Oh, people want me to tell you to end your tour here in Denver.
Yeah, I can't. Sorry.
You could.
The map would look insane.
That's just one little tweak.
It's just I'm gonna end in Green Bay. You know why I'm gonna end in Green Bay? Because then I'm gonna drive home.
Oh, fair enough.
This is gonna be nice.
Fair enough.
Perna, what do you got coming out today?
Nothing. Oh, well, we might have a short about penis injections.
Can I tell you, I read that article afterwards.
Did you?
Yeah, it was to make the suit bigger.
That's crazy, right?
They were 100% right.
That flap can provide X amount of lift. What?
Oh, okay. That's a little bit more. I'm in the midst of editing the Patriots skit that is going to come out today. I just have to reshoot something because of the MVP results. So I just have to do a quick scene. That should come out in a few hours, and then Friday night Q&A will be tonight. But folks,
every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, 9 to 10 Mountain.
11 a.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. Central Time.
There you go. Now you know.
Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you after the Super Bowl. I'm Tom Grossi. Are you streaming the Super Bowl, Perna?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll both be streaming the Super Bowl. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated. That was beautiful.